All right, we got the recording going. So thank you so much for spending your time again with us tonight. It's been kind of hectic today. Myself, that's what I did. I looked for regional meeting stuff. So we're going to do it here in Newark. So if you're local, and by local I mean within a 2-hour drive of Newark, Delaware, then you should be able to get here for a regional meeting. We're going to do it on a Sunday. We're going to do it Sunday, May 1st, I think, in the afternoon, because I think weekends work better. But we're going to start small. We're only going to open it up to, I think, about 30 people. And then see if we get, because I figure, I mean, those of you that are local, like Becky is like an hour from me, or hour and a half. So anything, 2 hours is a pretty good drive. I don't think that's too far to go. So we can encompass like tons of people. So we're going to do that. We're going to pull up. Steph's going to train because I'm making her, because I'm nice like that. And we're going to pull up Susan Coughlin from Columbia, who's by that time should be a gold premier. We'll pull in a couple of other people. So that should be some fun. And then I was around, we're looking at houses. So we've been busy doing that too. That's always fun. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, let me mute everybody. Because except for Becca. See here. All right. So I am going to bring up Becca. Let me give you a little intro. Give her a little intro. Becca is a PP2. She's one of my front lines. She's up in Pennsylvania. And so she is a fabulous girl, and she is really working her business. She's come in, it's been about a month since she's came in. I have to look at her exact name, but I know it's February last year, and she's really built up quick. Becky, they only have one car, so she does a lot of her business from her house, and she does a lot of her business online. So she's going to be talking a little bit like that, or whatever she decided to prep for, but she does almost all her team building online. She does do a few events, but she's done a couple of home parties, but mostly, what would you say, Becky, about 90% online?
Yeah, mostly everything's online. I mean, other than doing the few events I do every year, or taking a bunch of samples and stuff with my daughter for the cheer competitions, because we're away almost every weekend. We travel.
Yeah, she utilizes the cheer competitions a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and make her the host and see if I can get it, because I see it bouncing around from person to person to person. Like I see Nicole now. Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
So I'm going to try to bounce it around and mute everybody, including myself, except for Becca. So let me see if I can do this. I'm going to make her the host. Hey, can everybody see Becca? Who do you see?
No.
You see me still?
Yeah.
I see you now.
We will figure this out.
Now I see Becca.
Okay, I think it's going to do whoever's talking. So let me.
I hear somebody asking for an apple.
Let me mute everybody except for Becca, and that should keep her on the screen.
I cannot hear you at all, Sarah.
Let me unmute myself. Is that your TV I hear? Whose TV is that?
If it's Caillou, it's in the other room with Allie.
Okay. All right. If I mute myself and don't talk, guys, can you see Becca? Hold on.
Hello? Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, good. You live and you learn with things. Okay, now I see Joy on mine. Okay, so I guess I'm going to start off with what I do, since most of my sales are online, like Sarah said. I start off every month with a goal. I'm going to start off with my March goal, and I want to hit the monthly award, and I'm going to focus on the 1,000 in sales and 3 recruits, because I know if I hit this monthly award, that'll give me the $500 bonus, because it'll be my third. So I take what Sarah tells us on our leaderboard is, so if I want 1,000 in sales for the month, Sarah always tells us to figure out what our sales are going to be like as of the 15th. So if I hit 500 in sales in the 15th of the month, I usually times that 0.25, and then that'll give me my overall sales. So for 500 in sales for the 15th of the month, I'm going to break that in half, to 250 a week. In order to have 250 a week, I'm going to break that into 7 days. So that's about $35 a day. So if I'm going to round that up, for me to hit the 1,000, I'm looking at about $40 a day. So when I want to hit my $40 a day, I kind of focus on what products I can sell that'll get me those. And I pretty much deal with the Castaway coconut set. I'm going to deal with the Posh to Meet You, and then the Black Cherry. You get 3 amazing products for $19. All you need to do is sell 2 of those, and then bam, you get your $40-ish minimum a week. And then if you constantly do that a day, well, $40 a day, I'm sorry. You do that every day, you'll hit your $1,000 for the month. And then you focus on, when it comes to recruits are easy for me. I just talk to people, I follow up, I get to know them. I don't consider people like a number or a sale or a recruit. I consider them a person. So if I get to know them, then ultimately in the long run, they'll see how I run my business, and then they'll choose me over somebody else, because I don't play the little games, and I am who I am. And this is kind of freaky for me because I've never done this before. But when you're online and you're focusing on your business and sales, don't think of people as a number or a sale. Think of them as a person. So just go about your normal daily routine. Post about the products you love, wear your products, post them out everywhere you go. I mean, online is just like being in front of people. It's just online. I don't know. I'm kind of like a little nervous here. I don't know what else to kind of put out there, because sales online are pretty much just like sales in person, although you're doing everything through a computer screen versus in person. I don't know. Sarah, do you have any like leeway for this? Because I'm kind of confused, like scared, you know?
I am defaulting to you because you need to talk to about how do you get your sales, and then how do you get all your team members, because you build more team members than I do.
Well, my sales are the hard thing.
Well, you have to look at it, because we have a lot of people that we have, like there's one, Krista, I'm going to reference Krista. She's not on here tonight, but she is very busy and she wants to work her business online. And Jessica Albright, who's also not on here, but she does a lot of hers online as well. And she does a lot of sales, but she doesn't do the recruiting. So how do you do it just from the computer? How are you getting these people on?
Oh, somebody had a question.
How about some post or messages to customer sample is what Jen says.
Okay. Well, what I did today was I took a generic posting that I have on my phone, and I can put it on the Triple P page just about product testing. I went on like 3 or 4 of the regular garage sale sites that I know allow these postings, just posted it out there asking who would want to, like, I have samples. Would anybody be willing to test them, and just write a review on my Facebook page? Actually, I'm going to pull that posting up right now, because that's what I actually put. And I actually just got like 4 or 5 addresses from it today.
You should be able to on your end. Do you see the share screen button on your end?
Yes.
You might be able to hit share screen, and if you hit share screen and desktop, it should show us what's on your desktop, I think.
Okay, I'm actually on my cell phone looking for it because.
Just kidding.
Huh?
Just kidding.
I'm on my cell phone because I did it through my cell. It's just easier to pop things up through my cell. I'm looking for that right now. Here it is. So I'll post this picture. It's a basic, perfectly posh product testers wanted. I send you samples and you provide an honest review. And I just said, who wants some free posh? I send you samples, and in turn you write a review on my like page. Want to earn full free size products? Just ask me how. Feel free to take a look at my current line via my site. It's crazy because I put this on the Julestown garage sale site. I do a huge benefit in Julestown every year, and you'd be surprised how many people don't know about posh. It's getting the word out there. If you just post a product tester wherever you go, all online, you'll never know who will contact you. When I send samples, I kind of watch who I send them to, because I've sent them to a lot of people that just want more samples, more samples, more samples. So I'll agree to send you samples, but then if you're going to turn around and say, oh, well, just got this sample, or I got that, or I got this, then you kind of know maybe they just want it for free. You kind of got to not really, like, I don't know how to say it. You kind of got to see who you're going to give your samples to. Because I don't mind giving them, but I'm not going to give them to somebody who's going to turn around and just resell them, or just turn around and just want them for free. It's difficult when it comes to working with people. You kind of got to get to know them on a personal level before you actually want to go out there and give them something for free.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that are just sample collectors. They'll bounce from consultant to
They're on eBay. I've seen them on eBay. I've seen people give them away on Facebook, like, that are not even consultants. I see people selling them all the time too. So when I came through this garage sale sites, I kind of trust more the people just because they're people I work with every day. I do a lot of selling non-posh online. Like, I have a lot of in-home stock, or I do a lot of garage sale sites. Every time I send somebody a package, I look on their Facebook first. If I don't see anything regarding posh, or I ask them, have you ever heard of posh? They say no, I send them the samples. Even if they don't say anything, I send them samples. Because if I'm already sending them a package and I have a few samples on hand, you never know where it's going to get you. I've actually gotten Facebook parties from just sending random people samples that bought my garage sale stuff. I have the logo on the car. If you don't have a logo on your car, get one on your car. It eventually will pay off. I make sure my husband keeps catalogs and samples in the car. I send them with him to work. Just send out your samples wherever you go. Not even samples, business card, make your own flyer. Go through your computer. Like, they have those programs through Microsoft Word where you can make like a basic flyer with the tear off numbers. Put them up in grocery stores. Put them up in, I do them at the kids' hairstyle place. Put them up in laundromats. Wherever you go, put them up, because even though you're out and about, it reverts back to being online, because they're going to have to go online. And you can even, like, have your Facebook information attached to it. They can look you up on Facebook if you want. I really Starbucks and soda.
What about your team building? How are you team building through?
Okay, getting recruits for me, it's easy. Having them want to sell is another thing. What I do is I talk to a lot of people. I'm on Facebook a lot. So I'll check in. Like, that's actually what I'm going to do tonight, since I finally got my laptop back from my 6-year-old who stole my TV now. I look through all my contacts. I go through all my past conversations with people, and I just give them, like, I touch base with them to see if they have any more questions, how their day is. I normally revert to talking to people on a one-on-one level versus trying to recruit them. And I do get a lot of messages from other people trying to recruit me. So I kind of turn the tables on them. If you're going to message me trying to recruit me, okay, I'm going to listen to your story. I'm going to nod my head. I may not agree, but I'm just going to listen to what you have to say. And then in turn, when you're done talking, I'll throw a little bit in, oh, well, I sell posh. I don't know if I can handle a second company. And then their recruiting turns into talking about my company, and I ended up recruiting them into my family. I don't know how I do it, but I just think of people as people. I don't think of them as a number or a paycheck. I'd rather have a friend over, anything else. That's just me. So I kind of revert them into selling under me.
Well, you should never think of anybody as a paycheck or a number anyway. It'll backfire.
Well, a lot of people do. You should see the messages I get. I get bombarded by so many people. It frustrates me. It scares me when people message me about my daughter. Oh, you got a cheerleader. Oh, she's beautiful. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're going to try to sell me your product by looking at the pictures of my daughter? That freaking scares me.
All right, Jen asked, do you host a lot of online events yourself, or mostly customers events?
I try to do like the online multi-fundraising things, because when I do my one-on-one parties online, I'm not good at that. So if somebody's going to want to train,
no, you're not good at that, because if you tell yourself you're not good at that, then you won't be good at it.
I'm learning how to do the online Facebook things. I like doing the events where there's other vendors and like I'm talking to, like, not really just talking to one person or just training one person, more like posting, but trying to get all my information out there, but not like, I don't know. I don't know how to say it. See, I'm not good at training. That I need practice on, and I can say it. Sarah's good at training.
Well, everybody can train. It's just a
I
matter
know it's nerve-wracking. It's easier to see me in action than for me to explain it.
Would you say when you do recruiting online, because I know there's a couple other people that do it on our team too, do you find that you get, and I know some people from her team are watching, do you find that you get a number of solid workers, or do you get some that kind of work, or do you get a lot that just seem to be DS collectors?
I think it's a mix. I mean, I have a few girls on my team that originally I did not recruit. They rolled up to me. Like, I'll say Amy, she's my rock star. I'm very, very blessed to have her under me now. Unfortunately, her sponsor and her sponsor's sponsor decided Posh wasn't for them. She is my rock star. I never have to worry about her because she kills me in sales every month. I have some that just joined originally. Oh, let me try it out to join. And then, oh, I want this special kit, so I'm going to sign up my husband to get an extra kit. So I do have a lot of that, like, terminations can't come soon enough. And that's what I say, because I'm not going to say, oh, I don't want you to join. You know, like, if you don't really 100% sure, try the business out. If it's not for you, that's okay. Just let me know. But now I'm at more of, I need to recruit those who want to work, who want to grow, because I want to help those that ultimately need the help. And for me to get people that just want to join just to join or tell me one thing and do another, it frustrates me. It really frustrates me because I feel like I'm the type that goes out of my way. And I don't just help girls on my team. You can ask, like, some of the girls that are under you too, I help. Anybody that messages me, I help. And I think there needs to be a way where I don't, like, push them to the side, but I need to spend more time with focusing on my team than trying to help everybody. I kind of learned by your trainings is for me to ultimately promote, I need to help my team promote. And if I try to spread myself crazy and help everybody, then it's not going to do me good in the long run. Well, I need to have people that want to promote.
Well, and that's kind of gone all the way up, because even Darlene, who's our Platinum Premier, has spoken in our, once you become a PP3, guys, you get added onto her leader page, because that's for premieres and future premieres. And she's even said that she's going to focus less on us and spend more time on her team because she needs another leg. And so it's one of the things that she needs to focus. If she focuses on all this rather than this, then it takes away. There's no way that she's going to work with this. It's sort of like when I talk to several people that have, when I used to teach, there was one time where I was teaching physics 1, and I taught physics 2, and I was teaching earth science, and I taught biology, and that's 4 different classes. And I wasn't really good at just one. And the teachers that are on here, Bridget can attest to this because I see her over there, that you're not really good at one because your focus is split. And I see a lot of people in direct sales doing the same thing, where they're doing this, and they're doing this, and they're doing this, and they're doing this. And they're saying, yeah, but I'm just going to do this for a little bit to make extra money. I'm just going to do this for a little bit. Posh is still my main focus, but I'm just going to do a little bit of this. Anything that even turns your head splits your focus. So it's sort of like the same sort of thing, is that if you're focusing on all this and not your team, then your focus is split and you can't do that. And Becca's very, very nice. She will help you out, and she'll help out a lot of people, and she helps out some people that they need to go to their premieres and not Becca, but Becca, they just like Becca better. But that's one of the things, and that's really one of the huge things. And when she focuses, this is why she's doing the training tonight, when she focuses, she has like crazy months. Like last month was her highest month I've ever seen. Yeah. And she'll pull in all these people, and when she focuses, and you can see how her focus narrows, it's like boom, 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 boom. And you can see all these things line up for Becca, and it's crazy. And success really loves speed. So the faster you guys do it, the faster do it. And, some people say, To the one point, it's good to say it doesn't matter how slow you go as long as you stop. That's true, because eventually it will catapult. We had somebody underneath Jacqueline Crusair. Jacqueline Crusair went platinum because she had a leg popped to Premiere that had been there for 4 years. They were there when she joined. They joined right after she did 4 years ago when the company started, or close to the company starting. And so it took her 4 years to build up to a Premiere. And there's been Premieres, like the newest Premiere, one of the newest Premieres joined in
2 of them are like 62 days in, 64 days in.
Yeah, 60. There's only one Premiere is. And she joined at the end of November.
There was one that just popped up the other day, too.
Yep.
She's 64 days in. There's 2 of them.
Yeah, that's that one. So she, but she joined and she moved really quick. And she found, because she moved this quick, it was like a snowball, and they moved this quick and they moved this quick. And it's the same sort of thing. It's a snowball effect, but in a good thing. So that's really what it is. And Becca does that. That's why she's doing the training, because once she gets going, it's like do. So if you guys can really
I get distracted.
Yeah, and sometimes it's different, and I know that this is good. I want to do this training too, because I know I've talked to the people up at International Falls, because I see Joy's lovely face looking at me from her picture, and they're in a very small community, and they're a border town with Canada, and so sometimes when you're in a smaller community, you need to work contacts outside that community, and sometimes the way to do it with now's days and age is to build with the internet. If you think about stuff like Mary Kay, like they retire their national sales directors at 65. And with that, if you think about those of them that have retired and they retire at 65, how long they've been with the company, think about the way it was even in the 90s, even in the early 2000s, because Facebook really didn't show up until about 2004, 2003, somewhere around there. But think about the 90s and how people worked their business. So and don't worry, if online's not for you, then you just find a way to work outside that and go back to the day and age. Like, how did they become successful without the internet? There's a way, right? There's phone. Okay, we can text now, but there is a way that they built their business without the social network. The social network's very, very, very helpful to us. Many of you guys are super successful because you do capitalize on that, and not just Becca. Let me see who else is on this call. Jen Moses, I don't know how she does her business, but she's up in Cherry Hill, so that's pretty awesome. Right, Jen? She's Cherry Hill's very things. But let's look. Maria's online, and Maria is up in the Quad Cities near Darlene, which is crazy. And her sponsor is actually in Lower Delaware. So that's courtesy of social media. So although I think they were friends before, but that's still beside the point. So that's one of the things that you guys can work on and really maximize. And it's also about would you say that the more consistent you are in your postings, the more results you get?
Yeah, I've been, with my personal things going on right now, I kind of let it slide and I'm not posting like I usually do. I'm kind of like dealing everything in my head, and this free thing ends in 10 minutes, it just said.
Yeah.
I've kind of been focusing more on my household issues and my personal things, and I've noticed my sales have taken a downfall this month. Same as my recruits. Like in the beginning of this month, I had a plan where I knew I was going to hit 1,000, and I had like 4 or 5 people ready to join. And then my personal issues came, so I haven't followed up. I haven't been doing what I should be doing. So that's why I'm like, I got to get my head in order, so I have to have a plan for March. And that's why I'm going to implement again, going after the monthly award in March, not just because I want that $500, but I know if I let my personal issues let my business downfall, it's not going to be good for me in the long run. I want to promote. I want to be like you, because I just feel like where I'm at now is not where I want to be. I kind of focusing everything.
You've also been really sick, so you got to give yourself a break. It's going out now. We're going to wrap up because I only have the free one with this last question from Jordan that says, how do you make posts without being spammy?
How do I make posts without being spammy? I kind of space out how much I put. Like, most of the time I'll do it on my like page, and sometimes when I share it on my main page, it doesn't seem as spammy. I mean, I don't always post on the same page. Like my main page I'll post, my like page I'll post, And once in a while, I'll pick 2 or 3 different groups. Sometimes I just won't post at all. I'll go hours without posting. I mean, it's just, you have to watch what other people post because you don't want to seem like you're jumping on top of them, I guess you can say. Because I'm in some of the groups where I see posts back with the same company, the same questions, the same things, and it aggravates me. I just try to put some space, at least maybe like an hour in between of what I post. But if I'm going to post Posh, the next 3 or 4 posts are going to be something to do with like my family or my kids, because I don't want to just bombard people.
Well, yeah, and that's a good way to do it, and people like to see that you're doing that. So I could be like doing something like this, being like, I can have the Cackle Spackle, okay, and I can have my Starbucks, and I can take a picture and post it and say, oh my gosh, the Starbucks is so good. And I'm talking about the Starbucks, but guess what else is in the picture? The Cackle Spackle. So it's just product placement. Like in movies where all of a sudden you see them drinking a Diet Pepsi, that's product placement. They're not advertising the Pepsi, but they are advertising the Pepsi. Okay, because it's product placement. So you got to be, and you got to show the fun that you're having and all that good stuff. Yeah, and that's very careful because if you do it too much, you'll get blocked in groups.
Oh, I have been. How many times have I been kicked off my Facebook? They've blocked me. They've dismantled. Somebody reported me for being underage.
Yeah,
don't ask me why, but I lost my Facebook.
That's just because there's people that are jerks. Jen said, don't send a message in a group chat. I just had a rep for DS do that, and it blew up my phone. Yeah, that's it can get that way. There's many things. Don't add people to groups without asking. Don't do all this stuff that annoys you. Don't do it. So I have about 6 minutes left in the meeting before the free one ends. So I think we have time for maybe 1 or 2 questions. If anybody has time, you can either use the chat that I have open. That's what I'm reading questions from, or you can unmute yourself. And I'll just see if we have any more questions. I think we have time for maybe one. So you can either chat it or you can, oh, wait, I just see that. Wendy just typed something.
Yeah, answer Wendy. That's a good question.
Okay. What FB page do you refer the garage salespeople to, personal or business?
Oh, well, what I do. I only have 2 Facebook accounts. So I mainly use this one for everything, whether it's business or garage sale. So I pretty much just post them on my main page. I mean, I only use my secondary when I get kicked out of my main, which happens quite frequently because of my mouth.
And what I do is I have SendShare, which we did the training on 2 weeks ago, and I post the same thing. It will be posted to my fan page. I have a fan page, which for a while I did like ladders because I did a whole bunch at the beginning, but like ladders, and so there's people on there. And if you're consistent on that, then it will eventually you'll start getting more people seeing it. It'll show up in their news feeds. I post the same thing to that, to my VIP page, and to my personal page. And I do a lot of stuff. Like today I posted, would you prefer a chunk or a body wash? Or I can post something like, I think was the one I posted yesterday, the only time you know you're a mom when you get in the car and it's silent and you're happy, or something like that. So I find,
I like the Walking Dead one.
Yeah, so you find stuff like that. I post pictures of Piper in multiple different places, or the kids, or stuff like that. So, and I always do that, and then I will post every once in a while, join my VIP page. That's where you get all the specials. So, and that's actually helped me out. I've been more consistent with my VIP page, and I've gotten, I think right after the catalog hit, I must have had like $300 within the first weekend just from VIP page. And I just posted the special yesterday, and somebody that just ordered something else, and she ordered the I'm Shrinking. So I'm more consistent with that than my emails. So I'm going to tweak up my emails and shorten them. But it's just, I have the fan page, and then I have that. And the fan page I started before I had the VIP page. So the fan page doesn't work as well as the VIP page, but I need to work on growing that. So I'm kind of learning from, I'm on Trisha Lewis's page, one of our top platinum premieres. And so, every once in a while, she'll give me some insight. She put me on her VIP page just so I could be her wingman. So when she posted something, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I love the Cackle Spackle. That stuff is the best. And I would talk it up, and somebody else would come in, they're like, oh, I want one of those. And so they would do it, kind of to drive the sales. So I got to take a peek at her VIP page for a little bit, and I quickly mentally absorbed it all. So
I have a question for you.
yeah.
How do you get people to stay loyal? Because I do so much online that I do have a few people that are loyal. Most of them I don't. That's my hard thing.
I don't. Well, first of all, you have to cultivate that relationship, and it just depends on a person's personality. I'm a very loyal person, so I will drive across town to my stylist. If she moves, I'll go to where she is, and I'll just change wherever she goes. And not everybody's like that. The way I say it is like this. Here's Starbucks, right? There's a bajillion Starbucks. Sometimes you just need your Starbucks fix, no matter where you're at. It may not be your favorite barista, but you really need some coffee. And you need it there. My barista at the Christiana Mall where I go shouldn't be offended because I'm going to the one over in People's Plaza. Okay, it's no offense to them. I just need some coffee. So I don't ever take it personally, and then I just keep going. And I work it and I work it where I talk to people and I cultivate today. I set up the regional meeting. I was talking to somebody, and we were talking, and she's like, "Well, that sounds like a great business activity or a great business investment." Because she was asking me what it was I did. I'm like, "Oh, it is." And later, I'm like, "Hey, can you give me your address? I'll mail you some samples." She's up in Massachusetts, so I'm like, "Woo! I'll get you some samples." And so she was asking me, saying it was a great business opportunity. So guess what? I'm going to throw in there. I'm going to throw in some flyer stuff, some stuff on that opportunity. But I don't take offense to it. It's just the way people are. They're going to shop around. They're going to look for stuff. They're going to go and do stupid things and buy off of eBay when they shouldn't. They're going to go. It's just the way it is. So next week we have, because it's going to shut off here in a minute, but next week we have Dina Lawrenson from the Posh Nation family under Holly Barr. She's going to be talking. I thought her topic was on fear. She just said that she was she's like, no, I'm just scared to do it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't really know what her topic is, but make sure you tune in for that. And I'll try to be a little bit better. Are you guys liking Zoom? Okay.
Yeah.
Is this better than calling in? Because I know like Joy's on the phone, and so the rest of you, I can see your smiley faces. All right, so I'm going to post, I think the picture's posted on my team page about what you learned. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to upload it to Facebook. Just kidding. YouTube, and I'll get it up there so you can spread it to your teams for whatever you didn't make it. Thank you so much, Becca. You're amazing. Make sure you have confidence in yourself because you are amazing. And remember, our goal is what by Chicago? By July?
Premiere.
There we go.
I'm on it. I am on it. March is a whole new month. I'm ready. Let's get it going.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys. And I'm going to sign out now. And thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.